What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great day. Now, I found a very interesting article online about this new C8 Chevrolet Corvette. Now, at the Concours d'Elegance of America, Chevrolet brought their new 2020 C8 Corvette, and a journalist by the name of Zach Palmer had the chance to talk to GM Design Chief Michael Simcoe about this new Corvette. What's interesting is what exactly Michael Simcoe, GM Design Chief, had to say about the production of this new C8. He said, and I quote, "I think the orders have already hit the first year of production numbers." That's very interesting thinking about it, because this is going to be a mass-produced vehicle. They're going to make probably 30 to 50,000 of these vehicles a year, at least that's my guess. And also keep in mind this new Corvette will be sold to markets that are right-hand drive. The point I'm trying to make is that Chevrolet is going to make a ton of these new C8 Corvettes. The thought of them being almost sold out within a little over a week is just crazy and kind of hard to believe. Now, if you didn't know this, the order banks haven't exactly opened up for this new C8 Corvette. The most a Chevrolet dealer can do right now, as of this moment, is take a deposit for these vehicles. Now, Chevrolet probably has a way to count how many deposits have been taken for the C8 Corvette, and maybe from that avenue, that's how they've figured they're almost sold out of these vehicles. I don't know, guys. Who knows? Please let me know what you think. Do you think that this is in fact true? But again, what's interesting is that he went further and elaborated on the subject even more. He said, "It's nearly sold out. It's so close that it's bound to be sold out soon." The part that gets me is that some dealerships are getting allocations of well past 100 of these new C8 Corvettes. And we've seen a demand this large. From my own experience, every time I went to check out this new C8 Corvette, even at dealerships, there's always a crowd. It seems like this vehicle has really hit home with a lot of people out there, and I think it's because of what this vehicle does offer. Now, looking at it, it offers the looks of a supercar, it offers luxury refinements that a lot of people I think want, and super high levels of performance at a great value. At less than $60,000 is where the MSRP starts. But the thing is, there's more to it. If you didn't know this, in order to go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, you need at least the Z51 Performance Package. The amount of customization you can do to this Corvette is certainly, and I mean certainly, going to ramp up the cost. But if you do think it's only going to be a $60,000 car, you're probably going to be wrong. It all depends on how you spec it out. The good part about it is that if you don't need any accessories that are carbon fiber, or you don't need a super custom interior, you could get this vehicle for a great price. Which, in the end of the day, does make sense as to why so many people out there really do want to buy this car. The most important factor about it is that it's obtainable. Since Chevrolet is making so many Corvettes, you can find a dealership that will sell you this new Corvette at MSRP, at least I have. The entire markup game really does turn off a lot of people. For example, with the Shelby Mustangs, with this new 2020 GT500, most dealerships I've talked to around SoCal want a $30,000 to $60,000 markup on those vehicles. The reason behind that is because of just how many Shelby GT500s Ford will be making. If you did want a 2020 GT500, Ford is only making around 5,000 of them for the first year. Also, if you want the high-performance carbon fiber track package, Ford is only making around 1,250. Because the GT500 is so limited, most Ford dealerships feel very inclined to charge huge markups on those vehicles. Okay guys, I think it's been way too far off topic. What I'm trying to say is that since Chevrolet is making so many of these new Corvettes, a lot more people are able to get them. And also, these people, these buyers, are most likely not going to have to pay huge markups. Reflecting on this new C8 Corvette, I think most people like it because they dream, and I mean they dream, of owning a supercar. And most of the super high-performance supercars that all of us think of are like the Lamborghinis, or the McLarens, or the Ferraris. Well, the entry-level McLaren is right around $200,000 brand new. Same with the Lamborghini Huracan, the rear-wheel drive version of the Huracan. The MSRP is right around $200,000. And let's face it, most people will not find themselves buying a $200,000 supercar. And this is where this new Corvette comes into play. It's a way for most of us to be able to experience something like a supercar for a much better price. And if you think about how expensive a normal BMW sedan is nowadays, or even an SUV, this new Corvette is greatly priced. It does make sense to me why so many people out there are interested in buying this new Corvette. The one question I want to ask all of you though is, do you think what Michael Simcoe actually said has some truth behind it? Please let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Also in this video, I did want to include one other topic. When I made my first initial review video, a lot of people reached out to me to ask if I had the chance to mess around with any of the new tech inside of the C8 Corvette, that being the infotainment system, for example. The answer to that is yes, I did. Now, luckily, I did have the chance to try out the new infotainment system inside the Vet, and the upcoming footage will give you a good idea, I think, as to what exactly it would be like to use this display on a daily basis.
But you can see the controls. The base buttons are on the bottom left there, so you can control the mode. Home, that's your music. Phone, there's no phone connected. That's your navigation. That's your OnStar.
Climate's right there. Okay.
Oh, climate.
Yeah. You can pinch like that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The back to the home is right there. You can slide around. Wi-Fi hotspot, Android Auto. That's the performance data recorder right there.
Yep.
Camera.
It's not going to do some of those functions because the battery's disconnected right now.
Pretty cool, right? Another interesting thing you may have noticed during that short clip of the infotainment system is that of the PDR. PDR stands for the Performance Data Recorder. It's essentially built-in track telemetry that incorporates the built-in cameras that reside all over the vehicle. Here's what Chevy says about it.
Acceleration, speed, 0 to 60, 0 to 100, 100 to 0, G-forces, GPS location, accelerator and brake usage, gear choice, sound. These are things we've always had in the Performance Data Recorder, along with the ability to analyze your data like a professional engineer using Cosworth Toolbox. Now there's new automated recording options, so the PDR can act like a dash cam that comes on when you start the car. You can also time point-to-point road courses that you create and compare your performance on these custom routes day to day. With high-definition 1080p recording, the new PDR provides drivers with a higher quality memory of their drive. And if you're worried about how much fun the valet is having with your Corvette, well, the PDR can record that too.
That's going to be so much fun to use on the racetrack. This is something I just really do wish my new 2020 GT500 would have, because out the door, it's going to be a lot more money than the Vet. Personally, I really do like how driver-focused this vehicle is. The screens are all tilted towards you, and you feel as if you are inside of an aircraft. It's a vibe that enhances the entire feel of the vehicle.
We wanted to take the interior kind of the next step beyond what we've done before.
This time now you're literally sitting in that cockpit. The controls are wrapping around you in all directions.
So I think this car takes that to the next level. It really surrounds you.
Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up the infotainment system of this new Chevrolet Corvette. Now, unfortunately, I did not have the chance to try out any of the gauges, the full LCD display, and the reason behind that is because every time I had the chance to mess around with the car, the battery was always disconnected. Real quickly before the video ends, please let me know in the comment section down below what you think of those statements made by GM Design Chief Michael Simcoe. If the demand for this vehicle is that high, I can't imagine just how many of these Corvettes we're going to see driving around, especially within a few years' time. It does make you wonder just how many right-hand drive versions of this Corvette Chevy's going to make as well. I also wonder if we're going to be seeing any of these new Corvettes being sold at like CarMax or Chevy dealerships for thousands of dollars below MSRP within a few years' time, just as a result of the super large production numbers. I wonder just how obtainable this car would be then. Lastly, if there's anything else you'd like to see with this new Corvette, please let me know in the comment section down below. I honestly can't wait to compare it against my GT350R or even my new 2020 GT500. It should be a lot of fun. Thanks for watching this video. If you did like this video, please make sure to hit that like button. It really does help me out. And subscribe for much more great videos to come. I'll see all of you in the next episode.